Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the second run with the X-Maxx Ultimate. Now, if you remember the first video, it didn't go well. We had the pinion let go and unfortunately that kind of stopped the fun. I wasn't going to bother tightening it down with no Loctite or anything like that. So either way guys, we're back out again today. And just like with that first video, we are going to take it easy on it. I'd like to get through a battery pack. I was just out here with the Max Slash and was trying my hardest to not break anything, to not have any issues. And unfortunately, I stripped the plastic servo horn. It came with an aluminum one, the servo that I've got in it now. And I thought, you know what, I'd rather not kind of wreck a servo. So I went with the plastic one, but it stripped really easy. So we'll be switching that out to an aluminum one and hopefully not cause any damage to the servo or anything like that. But either way guys, X-Maxx Ultimate, 800 kV, XLX2, 30-35 gearing, mod 1.5. We're gonna see how this goes today. She's a beast. Obviously guys, we're not doing any hardcore pulls or anything with it. At least right now anyways. We'll see how we make out with that pinion. If you didn't watch the first video or any of the videos, that GPM pinion only has one set screw on it. And that really, to me guys, is not good. It should have two, whether they're 180 degrees apart, 90 degrees apart, doesn't matter. You need two. Also, compared to the first run, we're running the stock belted sledgehammers that came on the Ultimate. You know, I think guys, one of the issues I have is my center differential. Because you can kind of see it lifting a bit when you gun it. A little better. And I think it has a feeling, you just might have to be a lot thicker, even though it's 20 million in the center. Either crack it open and see what it's actually like, see how much oil is in there. Whew. Or earplugs, I'm not sure. Because, like I said guys, you can kind of see I sort of get a wheelie. God, my mod 1.5 gearing sounds awful. Because as soon as it lifts, it kind of unloads on the front and then there's no wheelie action. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have a wheelie or anything, but just trying to figure out where my power's going. Because it's, oh, the poor Ultimate body. Because I'm thinking that's what it is. I'm thinking it's my center differential is just unloading. It's kind of funny to watch it. Oh, hello, Mr. B. Because the suspension is obviously a little bit too soft for this truck right now. And it's just kind of like wonky, wonky. All right, try a little bit of speed now, nothing crazy again. I want this thing to run. Max Slash, I only got a couple minutes out of it. Nice. One thing with my ramp, I think I mentioned this in one of the last videos I did, when you're on pavement, it sure likes to move. When it comes to the big trucks anyways, I was out here with the crate and the big rock, it wasn't all that bad. But when you're running these big heavy girls, they nice. You get a little bit of movement on the ramp. Nice. Yeah, guys, I think it's the center diff, because when I'm in the air and there's no resistance on any tires, it responds amazing. Like, it's taking nothing to correct this truck. I'm not a fan, guys, of that mod 1.5 gearing at all. I have never had any issues with mod 1 gearing in any of my trucks. Creighton 8S, Outcast 8S, other X-Maxes, 1100 kV X-Max, 800 kV Creighton, ever. And when I was building this one, I just thought, it'd be fun to try something new, and I don't like it at all. That was boring. At least my pinions stayed up though. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna pull, guys, the truck in for a quick second. I just want to look at my gearing. I want to see how that pinion and spur, if they're still meshed properly, because it just sounds horrendous. All right, we're still good. Guys, I just thought maybe, because it sounds so bad, that I thought maybe like the motor mount shift, did something happen, but it's fine. Oh, it looks like one of my things fell off. Oh, this guy. Well, at least we've managed to make it through some half decent time without my pinion letting go. Because, to be fair, guys, there's a chance that when I was kind of building this thing and I was meshing up everything and getting the motor mount set up, that I may have just kind of screwed down the pinion and not actually Loctite it in there, and forgot to when I was all said and done. I still personally think that it should have two pinions, or two set screws, sorry. Yeah, I definitely, guys, need to figure out something for some kind of feet. I don't know what. Something that the ramp maybe sits in that's like heavy so it doesn't shift. Because you can see just there pushing it, it does slide a lot. And that's kind of what's causing the truck to kind of leave off, like kind of wonky. But yeah, guys, I think my next thing will definitely be to crack that center diff, check the fluids, some ear plugs, and thicken it up, because I think that's my issue. I'd be curious, anybody with an X-Maxx like this, 800 kV, big ESC, gearing, aggressive gearing, what you guys run for the center. Nice. Hi, little doggy. I should talk to Kevin, though, at KCRC, and just to see if he's got any ideas, or if he's got... Oh, there's my trim. Yeah, a few of you guys have asked me about that trim in the comments and stuff, and I never answered you guys because I didn't really know how it was going to be compared to the more expensive stuff that I used to get from DDM. And because, yeah, I don't think it's stayed on any cars yet. And I got to fix my balance board. It's hanging down there. All right, guys, so it wasn't my balance plug because I forgot I was running the red lines. It's actually the plug, guys, for the fans. And the one thing I'm going to say is, with no fans running and the amount of time we've been out here, now I know we haven't been doing anything crazy, that motor barely has any temps at all. You can see me holding my thumb on there. There's nothing. Like, it actually just feels pretty much like any metal that's on the truck right now. So again, kind of weird surprise there, only because when I was looking at gearing for the truck in mod 1.5, that seemed to be one of the more aggressive gearing that I could buy. And maybe if you were running an 1100 kV, but for an 800, it's nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look at some gearing changes. Not that I want my truck to run hot or anything, but it should be making some temperatures. Yeah. Oh, she does run nice though. Handles amazing. Such a difference adding that little bit of width to an X-Maxx. And again, I don't have the crazy XRT width, so it's not 30 a side, it's only 15. Now, if it was lower, it would obviously, guys, would handle better, but I didn't want to do that. I still wanted to keep the X-Maxx in the X-Maxx. You guys will know what I mean by that. I wanted to keep it a truck. Oh, poor body. Sledgehammers feel pretty good. Belted ones. Nice. Beautiful in the air. The control is phenomenal. I'm gonna push the ramp back a little bit. Nice. Come on. Nice. Oh, geez. Tumble, 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 tumble. Nice. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, what did I skid on there? Oh, looks like the shock towers. That's okay. Plugs are still good. ESC is still beeping. Motor has nothing for temps at all. I could take this thing crawling. Ugh. X-Maxx is not supposed to move like that. It's supposed to just rip, not crawl. Nice. Oh, guys, you don't understand how much I just want to start hammering on this thing, but I need to, like I said, figure out something for my ramp so that it just, when I'm on the pavement here anyways, when I'm on the grass, it's not really a big deal. But when you're on pavement, it just wants to slide. And unfortunately, that kind of moves when the truck's on the ramp's kind of moving, which sort of throws off the truck. And the other thing, guys, I'm still just weary about my pinion. I want to get a run in. Oh, geez. Well, if it survived that, I might be pretty good. Be interesting to see how the Ultimate body looks when I get home after I clean it up. Not that I care. You know the funny thing? I haven't really seen anybody talk about this, but one thing I thought that was really stupid that Traxxas did with this truck was they made a limited edition X-Maxx Ultimate. They put all the goodies on it. Not really anything that makes it limited, because you can buy all those parts. The only thing that really was limited was the body and just the colors, like the color and the scheme. Yet you can go on and buy the body, and you can also buy a ProGraphics Ultimate body. So pretty much anybody can have an Ultimate if you wanted. If you actually wanted to have a limited edition Ultimate, you could just build one. I bought mine, guys, because I wanted all the parts that were on it. I wasn't buying an Ultimate. I just wanted all the goodies. But yeah, it's still kind of stupid though. What's the point of calling something a limited edition if anybody can build it? And my guess is because people probably weren't buying the truck because it was so friggin' expensive that Traxxas was like, well, we'll just release these and we'll make some money. Oh man, that response is wicked. The control is awesome. And you know what? I feel bad because I know people are kind of wanting probably some more action, guys, but I'm enjoying the way it is right now. And like I said, I would like to get a little bit more crazy, but I want to get through a run. Oh, geez. Bounce, 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 bounce. Oh, come on. Now, I would say, guys, the good news about this is that even though it's been nothing crazy, we've jumped, we've crashed, all that kind of stuff. Body's looking a little wonky. Everything else about the truck seems to be fine. So some of those upgrades, you know, all the aluminum goodies that people thought might kind of make some parts of the truck worse, don't seem to be an issue. As I eat a bunch of dirt. I really like the tires. I used to hate stock X-Maxx tires. They always tore and then came unglued and just garbage. But these are working really well. Truck feels good with them. She's so soft. This is like a perfect width for this truck. Oh, geez. All right, guys. I had to change the GoPro battery. But so far, guys, today I'm having a good time. I've been rambling on. You guys usually know if I talk a lot, I'm having a good time. And even though I haven't done anything crazy, no massive jumps, backflips, none of that, I'm enjoying driving the X-Maxx. Definitely a lot better than that first run. But I do have some tweaking to do. Some suspension work between the springs, maybe a little bit of fluid, center differential, to get this thing the way I want it. And it's not, like I mentioned, guys, it's not all about doing wheelies. It's just, I feel like my acceleration is kind of affected by it because I think it's unloading the power. Whee! But then there's also gearing. To be fair, guys, that motor, like I said, I touched the motor mount and it's the two metals are the same temp. Even when I touched the ESC plate, it was the same temperature. Oh, I wonder if we just hit... That was weird. That isn't... I don't know what's going on there now, guys. I don't remember how Castle LVC works. Oh, wait. Ah, there it is. All right, guys, so we hit LVC, so after all that talking, after changing the battery, I was done. But either way, guys, we're gonna get the truck home, get it back on the bench, clean it up, and we'll discuss today's run. All right, guys, we've got the truck home. It's back on the bench. It's all cleaned up. And first, I just, guys, got to give a shout out to Cow RC again. If you've been watching a lot of the videos lately, you've seen me using the jet blaster. You've seen me using the USB sprayer, their brushes, all their cleaners. And when I was kind of originally doing this with Cow RC and I was talking to them and they were mentioning the wipes, I can honestly say I had zero interest in them. I wasn't going to say no to them or anything, but I had zero interest in them because I was just like, hey, it's a wipe. But I've got to say they've become something I use. I'm not going to say all the time because I'm not cleaning a truck every day, but when I come in, when I get home from a run, you guys have seen it, I go in the backyard, I spray it down, I scrub everything, I clean it, I rinse it, I take the Jet Blaster Turbo to it, and the truck comes in looking 95% good. However, once I get it on the bench, and usually it's this time, it's when I'm getting prepping to end the video and finish up the video, that I'll just notice spots that are dirty and I'll be like, oh man, I forgot to clean that. You grab one wipe. You're not taking 3, 4, 5 out of the container or anything like that. You can literally get away with one wipe and you just go over the spots you missed. Sometimes it's on the shocks, behind the springs, whatever. Wipe down the knuckles, arms, any part where I missed. And one side, guys, it has like a bit of an abrasive kind of side to it, and the other side's a lot smoother. And you just go over everything. And again, guys, you go through one wipe. So don't think you're going to buy a container of wipes and you're going to go through them in a month because, you know, you've got to use 3, 4, 5 at a time. That's not the case. And I've even come in sometimes with, let's say, 1 or 2 vehicles. And again, this is after I've cleaned them. So don't think that I'm coming into a completely, you know, dirty truck or anything. But I've come in with sometimes 2 trucks and I've cleaned them in the back and I get them downstairs and I'm doing my final kind of, you know, putting the tires back on. And again, I noticed I missed a few spots. I grab a wipe, I go over it, and we're good to go. Now, saying all that, guys, the X-Maxx was fun today. The X-Maxx, hopefully this is going to make sense. The X-Maxx part of the truck, thumbs up. With the servo that's included with the Ultimate, I think it's the 2085X, the Traxxas bell cranks, all that good stuff, the aluminum bell cranks, the steering knuckles, everything that it has, this truck steers awesome. Even adding those 15 millimeters aside, the truck still steers perfect. And I can say something that I'm gonna, a lot of YouTubers that have the Ultimate, some of the big ones too, have kind of said that they didn't like the way this truck felt. They thought that by adding all the aluminum that it felt different and it was kind of compromising it. I 100% disagree with that statement because to me, the truck feels a little tighter, it feels smoother, and it feels a little more solid. The only part that is at all loosey is the springs. The springs are a little bit too soft for this truck. Now, yes, I've added a bigger motor. You've got the motor mount, you have the fan mount, you've got a lot bigger ESC. So yes, I understand I've added some weight. I didn't think I was adding that much, but these springs are definitely too soft for the truck. But everything else feels great. I am very happy with it. There is, in my opinion, guys, there's no compromises going with the Ultimate, only because, and the only reason I'm saying that is when the truck kind of first got released, that's the way some people were talking. I think, you know, content creators, especially guys, the influencers, they make those videos. You know, how many times did you see a link, you know, the real Traxxas Ultimate, because it was one that they built? Well, no, that wasn't an Ultimate. That was just something that you used to try to get views, and stuff like that drives me nuts. And again, guys, I know I'm kind of rambling on here, but overall, the Ultimate X-Maxx, so with all the goodies it has, to me is an improvement. The truck feels much more solid, planted. Everything just is smoother and tighter. The steering's good. No complaints. However, on that note, I can now blame myself. The XLX2 and the 800 kV with that 30-35 mod 1.5 gearing is lacking. And no matter how many times, guys, I've driven this truck, I've only driven it twice so far, it just isn't capturing that raw power of an X-Maxx. And honestly, guys, I would say that a stock X-Maxx running a Max 6 with, you know, punch and gearing and all that kind of stuff is probably quicker and snappier than this thing is right now. And when I was out there and I was touching the motor, I'm not kidding, the motor had the same temperature as every other kind of piece of aluminum on this. So I don't know if you want to say it was like the ambient temperature outside. That's what everything felt like. So this motor and this system, guys, I mean, the XL2 is a beast of an ESC. This has a lot more potential, and I really do feel like that gearing is holding me back. So if anybody watching this video knows of a higher mod 1.5 gearing, so pinion or a lower spur or whatever, please let me know. Post in the comments. If you've got a video of it, go ahead and post that as well, because I kind of want to hold on to the mod 1.5 gearing just because I bought some of the parts and all that kind of stuff for it. But if I can't change it, if I can't get the mod 1.5 gearing running the way I want, I'm going to axe it, because I know how much potential this thing should have, and it just doesn't have it. Now, on that note, there is something that I've been thinking I'd like to do. I would love to put this Castle 800 kV motor back in my Losi 5B and pair that with either the Max 4 or the Max 5. Now, both of those will run on 12S. Advantage to the Max 5 is it is a little lighter. However, the Losi 5B, well, she's a big girl. She probably deserves a Max 4. She deserves that extra power. So the nice thing about that is, guys, is that I'm not buying a full combo or anything for the Losi 5B, and we could then potentially have the Losi 5B back up and running this summer. Keep the XL2 in the X-Maxx, but drop in their 1100 kV motor and start getting those higher revs. That's something that is very tempting for me, because I would get both trucks running again. Or, well, the X-Maxx is already running, but I would get the Losi 5B running again, and I would have a 12S Losi 5B. But at the same time, guys, having the 800 kV, it works with the motor mount and all the stuff I've already bought for it. But if at times I don't want to go out with 12S and I just want to run it on 8S, I still have that 800 kV and not something like a 560 or a low kV that's not going to really perform all that well on 8S. And then this thing, again, guys, like I mentioned, would get the 1100 kV and it would scream. So, and I get to keep using, guys, the XL2, the motor mount, the ESC plate, all that kind of good stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. At the time that I'm recording this video, I'm not sure when it's going to be released. I think it is going to be on Canada Day weekend, but I am hoping for some sales. I am hoping for some nice discount codes during the weekend so that potentially I could pick up one or the other. Either the Max 4 to get the Losi 5B running, or the 1100 kV to get it in the X-Maxx. I think I would do the X-Maxx first. I kind of want to get this up and running, guys. I did have a lot of fun today. Even though I don't sound like a giddy chatterbox like I usually do, I was enjoying driving this truck. It is a lot of fun to drive. And guys, it just looks good. I have right now beside me the MX 43s with those Vitavon wheels that just look insane. And I was running these guys in the first run. The truck just looks wicked. And my guys, way back when I first got this truck and I started talking about it and everything I was going to do, I was very
adamant, guys, and I talked about it a lot, saying that this was not going to be some crazy send truck or anything like that. I just wanted something that was going to be fast, a lot of fun to drive, rip around, but emphasis, guys, on fast. I wanted a lot of stupid power. I wanted a lot of reserve power. And right now, guys, I don't have anywhere near that. The other thing about this video, guys, and I promise this is the last thing I'm going to talk about because I know that this has gone on long enough, was the runtime. Now, I actually forgot what batteries I was running in the truck. They were either the Redline 6000s or the Redline 7500, the 4S packs. When I came home, guys, and I first put the video up, I had over 28 minutes of footage. And again, that was either with the 7500s or the 6000s, which even if it was the 7500s, was crazy runtime, which tells me that the system is barely working. It's so efficient right now because there's no strain or anything on it that's how I got 28 minutes out of it. So again, guys, I've mentioned it so many times and I am kind of tired of talking about it, but yes, there's going to be some gearing changes. There's going to be probably a motor change coming soon because honestly, guys, I've been having fun driving this thing. It looks absolutely amazing when it's out there. And I enjoy just seeing it drive around. Even though I'm not doing anything crazy, I enjoy just seeing it drive around. The steering is great. Everything feels great. So yes, guys, you know what? On that note, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe and have a great day.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape,